Did you get ready in the dark or something? 'Cause you look like a beautiful nightmare.
Hi Leo, welcome to my channel. My name is Tessa. This is going to be your November 2021 spiritual guidance reading. I'm going to be using astrology and tarot to do your reading today, okay? You can watch this video if you are a Leo sun, moon, or rising. If there are some messages that resonate with you and others that don't, just kind of take what resonates, leave the rest for somebody else, because I am going to be referring to the Leo rising chart. So this is also for those Leo risings, okay? I like to use the Astro Soul Oracle deck to see what specific astrological events are going on for November that are going to be like important for you to be aware of or know about. And once I kind of like play like a game of connect the dots and kind of see exactly what house it's transiting in, like where in the chart it's transiting in, that is where I'm going to refer to you Leo risings out there, okay? Now, I have noticed that it does overlap for Leo suns as well. So there could be some messages in there that will resonate for you if you're a Leo sun. But just know that when I'm referring to the actual areas of your life, then it's going to be according to your rising sign, okay? So hopefully that made sense. And my little candle just burned out. So it's time for a new candle. It's like a pumpkin spice tea candle. Okay, so yeah, also, let's see, what else do I need to tell you? The biggest astrological event that's happening for November is going to be the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, and that is going to be November 19th. We are officially in Scorpio season, so a lot of those heavier energies that we kind of have to resolve and deal with, and kind of going deep within, needing to swim in those kind of deeper waters. I know some people kind of go through like seasonal depression around this time, but it really is about like kind of reconnecting with your deeper self and really kind of trying to acknowledge like if there are some deeper wounds or issues or feelings, emotions, that are kind of like really intense and like in there, and they're trying to like push through and come to the surface. It's just because they want you to take a closer look and to kind of understand like what that is, okay? Another thing, if I happen to pull a moon phase card, if you watched my last video, my mid-October Halloween special video, you noticed that I read a little bit from the moon phase astrology book. So this book breaks down every single moon phase in every single zodiac sign, and it gives like a little description about what it means. It gives you like a little backstory, and I find them extremely fascinating. So I do want to kind of pull together different resources to give you this reading if that specific thing actually comes up through the cards, okay? Because when we're talking about astrology, we're dealing with so many different kinds of energies. Like it would be like, I don't even know, probably like a 10-hour video if I actually went through every single astrological event. So that's why we're just going to let the cards speak, and we're going to focus in on something specific that is going on in your life, okay? It could be like, it could be in the forefront of your mind. It could be something that's kind of like hiding in your subconscious or unconscious, that is trying to push itself up to the surface. And it's just like, it's just barely making it, it just kind of needs that extra little pull. That's one of the reasons why I do like tarot, because tarot kind of gives some more like subconscious and unconscious energy. It gives it that extra kind of push to come up to the surface, so you can actually look at it at face value and evaluate it and like see it for what it is, instead of letting it just kind of like hide in the background, and you know what I mean. So without further ado, I'm going to get started. Also, if I do happen to pull an aspect card, I do like to read the aspects in different ways. It also depends on what cards are surrounding it. So if there is a specific aspect card that comes around and it's surrounded by other planets or zodiac signs that is very significant for the month of November within that aspect, then I will definitely go into more detail about that and what that means as well. You'll see. I feel like I explain too much sometimes. It's like, just get to the reading already. Just do it. We'll get you. We'll follow along. It's the Sagittarius in me. It's it's the person in me that like always wants to teach. So yeah, anyway. Okay, so what energies is Leo needing to know for November? Okay, what's coming up for Leo November? Oh my God. Okay. Okay, let's start with one card. Okay, we have the 7th house. Ooh, and I just did Libra. I just finished doing Libra. 7th house is the house of relationships. Interesting. I relate. This is the house of partnerships. Here's where we can see the personal relationships that involve commitment or cooperation of some sort. Marriage, spiritual union, agreements, societies, and business partnerships. Oh my God. I get these really weird, like, they're not hiccups. It's just, it's like an internalized hiccup. I don't know what that's all about. Okay. So your 7th house. House of relationships. Okay, so something going on in regards to relationship. And I'm going to clarify with tarot as well, so don't you worry. We are going to get deeper into the story. Leo rising. I just want to see if you are a Leo rising, you have Aquarius in your 7th house. So I just want to let you know. If you're a Leo rising, you have Aquarius in your 7th house. That's really interesting. So basically, if you're a Leo rising, you kind of approach relationships in a very, you might be very aloof, very logical. You probably approach relationships in a very, very individualistic and logical way. Okay? Like, you're you, I'm me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There could be a lot of individualism kind of going on there. Like, you really need your, I feel like you probably need you need your own space to express yourself. And if the other person doesn't really give you that space to just kind of like be you, I don't know, it might not work out. Okay, so 7th house, but generally speaking, we're dealing with some kind of relationship here. It could be an intimate relationship. It could be a connection. You could be in a certain connection with someone, or you could be thinking about being in a connection with someone. You could be thinking about relationships right now, wanting to be in a relationship, wanting to be in a partnership. This is something that is just generally on your mind. Let's see what else comes up for Leo. Okay, the full moon. So you got the lunar eclipse card. This is so cool. I love this. Energy, peak, harvest, blessings, achievement. So I am going to be reading from the book for you guys because I really want to read about the Earth. The full moon lunar eclipse is in Taurus. It's called the Earth Mother's Moon. The Earth Mother's Moon. And the fact that it's a lunar eclipse, there is actually a lunar eclipse card in here, but you just pulled the full moon. So we're going to read the full moon in Taurus, okay, from the book. Let's see. Should I pull one more card or should I do the reading first? I'm going to pull one more card and then I'll do the reading from the book. Okay, because I'm really excited to see what it says. Like super excited about what message we have there. Let me see what house. So if you're a Leo rising, the full moon is going to be transiting your 10th house of career and social status. Interesting. Okay, so some blessings, some kind of achievement might happen around this time. November 19th. Some kind of success and achievement at work, a celebration perhaps. Oh, interesting. And then we have the waxing gibbous, alignment, refinement, nurture, patience, evolution. Okay, we're about to get into this story over here so we can tie this information together. We're about to get into this story. I want to tie the story together. Let's see what this story is all about. Oh, soul's redemption. Oh, that's interesting too. Okay. Where's the full moon? Earth Mother's Moon. Okay. It's only a couple pages, guys. Don't worry. It's not that long. 22. Okay, Earth Mother's Moon, the full moon in Taurus. The full moon in Taurus blossoms into the figure of the Earth Mother, who echoes in many ways the dryad of the long ago new moon. Where the farmer was coming back toward the understanding of an ecosystem, the Earth Mother is the ecosystem, or at least is in complete harmony with it. Her generosity is unbounded. She births many children and has enough room for all of them. She feeds and clothes all who come to her and makes sure that their bodies are taken care of in as much comfort as can be mustered. She is practical and works hard, but never forgets the lives that are important. If she has a fault, it is that she is more practical than empathetic, at least to her children and loved ones. They adore her and bless her for all that she gives them, and at the same time, they curse her for not showing each of them the favoritism that they crave. She is not the Cancerian sea mother who moves out of feeling. She makes sure that all get their needs met if it's possible. If it's not, she expects the same stoic cooperation that she gives. If there is bounty left over, and she will work hard to make sure that there is, she will do her best to see that her selfish children get their desires met as well. But as soon as someone takes more than one share and robs another, she is there with a stern word and an immovable will. She goes from gentle field to stone and bedrock in a moment. They will give the toy back now or suffer. They will eat their vegetables or go hungry. It's not that she has no patience, it's that she has endless patience and is willing to outwait all her sullen and resentful loved ones, biding her time until they mature enough to understand the concept of doing what needs to be done. The Taurus full moon is not an uncomfortable place to be, assuming that there are no major afflicting aspects. The Earth Mother knows who she is, what she's doing, what she wants, and often enough how to get there with slow, careful steps. She is generous but has good boundaries, knows how to give, and how much to keep for herself. She will be accused of coldness when her comforting warmth gives way to stubborn practicality, and she will be accused of slowness when she sticks to her plodding path rather than embracing new feelings. But neither of these accusations really bother her much in the end, even if they're true. On the Taurus full moon, we take care of our bodies and the bodily needs of others. Don't try to shift the focus to emotional needs. Those are important, but the physical must come first or all else will suffer, a truth that the Taurus moon understands. Are you eating healthy? Is there medical care that you need and aren't seeking? Are you getting enough sleep? This is especially important to Taurus. If you spend the entire period simply catching up on your sleep, the moon will approve. Do you enjoy the feel of your clothing on your skin, or are you sacrificing comfort for stylishness? Are you getting enough hugs and regular body contact, or are you suffering from skin hunger? Are there small pains and annoyances in your physical surroundings that you endure every day that, with a little bit of practical organization or elbow grease, could be eliminated? The Taurus full moon asks these questions in a simple and straightforward manner, and we tend to blow them off. But to our peril, they are more important than we can imagine. People born under the Taurus full moon are not easily thrown off course. It's one of the steadiest moons of all, and it bestows an ability to look at the fluctuations of the heart in a practical and no-nonsense manner. These folks are not usually afraid of their emotions, and neither do they let them overwhelm their lives, which, since this aspect usually comes with a Scorpio sun, is a very good thing. They pamper themselves and their loved ones and have strong desires for wealth and comfort, but they don't usually go overboard with it like other Taurus moons. Men with this moon have a surprising talent for nurturing in a down-to-earth, understated way. They'll give silent hugs and fix toys rather than chatter platitudes. And frankly, the women are the same way. As this is a full moon, there is something archetypal and distant about their emotions, but they are honest and plain enough emotionally that it's not too much of a problem. People with this moon only occasionally surprise with the cold practicality of a force of Mother Nature. Okay, so a lot of you watching could have children, is one thing that I'm getting. But also, like, generally speaking, the message, whether you have children or not, I feel like the biggest message here is like, it's almost like this nurturing with consideration to your surroundings, right? Like, I was getting this feeling of, because Scorpio energy, we're in Scorpio season, and we're going to have a lunar eclipse in this full moon in Taurus, okay? So it's really going to intensify. It's really going to bring these things to the surface. It really could bring up to the surface, perhaps like things like, things that I read in this story. Perhaps it could trigger within you things maybe from your past or your childhood, whether you had that kind of mother or not. And if you did have a mother who was like very nurturing to you, but like, didn't always give you what you wanted, it's kind of like now understanding from a new perspective why perhaps like she kind of took on this role of like nurturer and provider, but also, showing you where there needs to be balance. Okay, so I hope that's making sense. And I also feel like another message that's being expressed here is in regards to like balancing out your emotions. Like, because Scorpio energy does tend to be very deep and very intense, it's kind of like reminding you not to get too caught up in just your emotions, but to actually balance that out with practical, everyday, like, activities and things that are really going to keep you balanced and even benefit your emotions by engaging in these activities. Whether it's like meditating or working out or, whatever the case may be, like taking care of yourself, making sure you're healthy, making sure you're eating right. So this could be super, super important, okay? Now, this is interesting. I'm very curious how this ties to a relationship, okay? Perhaps like there is some kind of relationship that you are thinking about or some person that you're wanting to be in, but I almost feel like with the full moon lunar eclipse, it's really going to amplify this need to focus on yourself or to balance out your own emotions. Because like if you do get a little bit deep in your emotions in regards to this specific connection, it's kind of like this full moon lunar eclipse is almost like this like spiritual mother, this like earth mother kind of coming down and being like, you need to take care of yourself. You need to like balance, if you're getting deeper into a certain connection and your feelings maybe for someone are getting stronger or are getting like deeper, then it's going to be really important for you to like maintain your health, to work on to make sure that you're staying healthy, that maybe you're not like over obsessing about someone in particular, or you're not like, you're not letting them control your feelings too much, that you're still taking the time to take care of yourself and to, to make sure that all of your needs are met, like make sure that your needs are met first. So that is a very strong message that I'm getting there, is just to like, if you're interested in possibly getting into a connection with someone or into a relationship with someone, just to make sure that your needs are met, that you're healthy and that you're taking care of yourself properly, okay? And that you kind of understand how to balance out your emotions with staying healthy, okay? Whew. Okay, now, I hope you guys enjoyed that little story, especially for all you mothers out there who have a lot of little ones that you're taking care of. I feel like that message was totally for you. Okay, so now we also have the waxing gibbous, okay? The waxing gibbous says alignment, refinement, nurture, patience, evolution. So yeah, so this is going to be a very, like, it's going to be a process. It's, you're going to need to be very patient with yourself to nurture yourself. And those of you who do have children, it's also going to require alignment and patience, because each one of your children are different. They have different personalities. You have to like, you need to be patient in order to figure out, like, because each of your children could have completely different needs, right? Like one child could like need more attention than another. So it's going to be like just like important to kind of you know, extend, you know, and like you already know to do that, but it's like to kind of extend yourself and your ability to nurture and to align with each individual child, because they are different and unique little beings, right? And like they're, like I said, their needs could be different. Obviously, like they all need to eat, right? You know what I mean? Like, and like they're like generally speaking, they're all going to need attention, but maybe in different ways. Okay, let's see this waxing gibbous. Aquarius. Okay. Waxing gibbous and Aquarius. Let's see this. It's going to be, because, so for Leo risings, okay, let me see this. Trickster's Moon 180. Okay. November 12th. Okay. So I wanted to see, I don't think I'm going to read, so I know, like, I was like, oh, I'm going to read from the book if I pull out a moon phase card, but I wasn't, like, I totally didn't even think if I pulled out 2 moon phase cards, what I was going to do. So I might just read, like, a little bit, like a paragraph or two, just to get, like, a general idea of the energy. But we did pull a waxing gibbous, which is going to be November 12th, okay? Alignment, refinement, nurture, patience, evolution. Now, the waxing gibbous is going to start in Aquarius. And the reason why I was like, okay, so this is significant is because if you're a Leo rising, the waxing gibbous in Aquarius is going to transit your 7th house. And that's the house, the 7th house came up in the cards. So that's the house of relationships, okay? So this could be really, really important for you Leo risings out there who perhaps like, this could be something that you might need to like be aware of or look at in regards to like your own energy and how perhaps you approach relationships. You know, it could be something just to look at, okay? I'm just kind of getting this feeling like, so I'm just going to read a couple paragraphs. So the waxing gibbous in Aquarius is called the Trickster's Moon, okay? The Trickster's Moon. As the crisis of the rebel moon passes, the rebel realizes that the masses are easily swayed and easily swayed back again. When the heat of the moment and all the screaming wears off, few have his devotion to principles, and many are suspicious of the violence that rebellion brings. His most eloquent and sincere pleading for the depth of his cause is lost on them, because they start imagining mob rule and quickly vacate the public square. He needs to find a way to teach people about hard truths that doesn't frighten them away and doesn't get him ostracized. That doesn't frighten them away and get them. The scorched earth policies are not working. In the gibbous moon phase, the Aquarius moon realizes that people respond well to humor, and he learns the magic of the trickster. The trickster is present in all cultures, and he lives in a special, enhanced, enchanted place. Even in the most repressed and dangerous times, he appears like the court jester who is able to speak hard truths to the king that his courtiers dare not say, as long as he cloaked it in joking around. The trickster makes people laugh so he can say hard things and teach them subtle lessons. He also learns not to take himself too seriously and not to be afraid of being seen as a fool. This is where Aquarius, the opposite of image-conscious Leo, is able to let go and be ridiculous if it will get the point across to the masses. The trickster does street theater rather than revolution and finds that it is just as revolutionary. Okay. I'm going to stop right there. I'm not going to read all of it because we have to get into the clarifications. Because there are different energies going on here, and I want to see if they're all tied together somehow. I'm very, very, very curious to see how they're tied together. So hopefully you guys were following. If it did kind of seem like there's too many different energies going on and maybe too much information, I'm sorry, but I'm going to kind of explain this. Okay, this waxing gibbous over here for November 12th. So I found it really interesting that it mentioned that because the 7th house is opposite of the 1st house, which is the self, the identity, the ego. So if you are a Leo rising, okay, and we're looking at your 7th house of relationships and partnerships, and you have Aquarius in there, this could actually provide some insight for you in terms of perhaps a little bit of how you might approach relationships and how other people might see you in relationships. People might, or like potential partners might perhaps like view you as kind of like the trickster, or like trying to, subtly, like trying to kind of, maybe like you like to make your partner laugh. Okay, you might like to make your partner laugh, but they might perceive you to be a bit like have some tricky energy to you. Okay, like maybe you're not completely all like in it, or like you like to kind of like test the waters. You like to be very you perhaps like you like to make your partner laugh because you're trying to also like reel them in other ways, in like trickier ways and more subtle ways, by like kind of like subtly letting them know if they're doing something wrong, or like how in the book said, like the trickster is not afraid to tell the king his opinion and like teach them these like little lessons, and he's kind of able to do this because of his personality, because of his outgoing personality. It's like they said they would prefer to be on the street, performing, and that would kind of that's almost like its own revolution in a way. So I thought that was really interesting too. So there are so these energies could actually, even if you are somebody who has like multiple children, I feel like the way that this energy could be connecting is like, if you are somebody who has multiple children, you could be like one of those people who kind of like tricks your kids into doing things, maybe you trick your kids into like doing things for you, or like, you like to make them laugh, you like to have fun with your children and like make them laugh, but then you also kind of like, teach them these lessons, you teach them these other kind of lessons by like, maybe like tricking them, like asking them to go do this, and then something happens, like, oh, I'm trying to think of an example, like what involves like anything that involves an extra step that maybe like a child wouldn't think about, like, can you go grab me, like, this is gonna be a really, really stupid example, but like, can you go grab me this from the fridge, right? But then like the child opens the door and the thing that you want her to grab is like all the way on the top shelf, and the child's like trying to reach it, trying to get that thing on the top shelf, and like she falls and hurts herself, but there was like a step stool like 2 feet away, right? So it's like the child is so eager perhaps to help you, they don't realize that they need to grab, so they need to be like taught like little lessons like that. Well, okay, now you got hurt, so now next time you know that you need to go grab that step stool to bring it in front of the fridge in order to get that item from the top shelf. Okay, so that's like an example, right? It's kind of like tricking people into lessons so they can learn lessons. So if you're a Leo rising, I kind of feel like that's something that you would do. I get that energy a lot, to be honest with you, for Leo risings. Like I kind of feel like those are like little things that you would do, okay? And it's like, it's not like your intentions are bad or anything like that. It's just kind of like your way of like, you know, I guess like teaching things. And I don't know, it's very interesting. But anyway, okay, so it's time to get into the clarification. It's time to get into the tarot, because like there's only so much that I can speak on just 3 cards. So we're gonna dive into this and see like what the heck is going on over here and how this might all be tied together. Yeah, so definitely different messages going on here. So let's clarify this 7th house energy, I relate. And we'll clarify each of these cards with a Tarot of Dreams card and then get into deeper clarification. So 7th house. Okay, for the 7th house, we have the Page of Swords. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Okay. So for those of you who are possibly interested in connecting with someone, possibly interested in a relationship with someone, or you're thinking about a relationship, you're definitely like, you're definitely using your mind here. You're not really using your emotions to make this decision. Like you're using your mind, you're looking, you feel like you need more information about this person. Okay, you might feel like you need more information about this person. You're still kind of like thinking, you know, you still might be in your head about it. Let's clarify the full moon. Two of Cups. Venus in Cancer. Okay. So, all right. Oh my God. So there is this very intense love connection going on here. It's like, it's pretty freaking intense. And it's like, I don't know, it's making you, I feel like it's making you feel all sorts of things that you were just not prepared to feel with that full moon, especially the full moon in like Taurus, and it's a lunar eclipse, and it represents the Earth Mother, right? Like, I don't know, like you could really be feeling a lot of intense and deep emotions for this person. Like, what it would be like to have kids with them, what it would be like to really establish some sort of long-term like commitment with them. Like, I feel like this stuff is really going to be coming up for you. Okay, let's clarify the waxing gibbous. The Six of Coins, Moon in Taurus. More Taurus energy. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Like, yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, I feel like there are some lessons that you're like offering up. Like you're trying to like maybe I love how this is Moon in Taurus, but he's like handing over a Libra pendant over here. Maybe some of you are dealing with a Libra. So I kind of feel like you could actually have somebody coming your way. Like I feel like this could be you, but this could also be the other person. I feel like it's more you perhaps because it's almost like you're making this genuine offer for like, I don't want to say for commitment, but like for some kind of stable relationship to unfold. But you're also doing it in a way to like test them to see how they might respond. Okay? To see how they might respond. This could be part of a little bit of that trickster energy. You know? You might really like... Okay, I need to clarify these cards because I need more information. I need more information. I kind of feel like you're the one who's going to have to take the lead on this. Let me see here. Okay, let's clarify the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Tell me more about the Page of Swords. The Five of Swords, Venus in Aquarius. Oh God, Venus in Aquarius energy. Like whenever Venus in Aquarius is connected to relationships somehow, it's like, to me, it's like bad news. We have the Sun. So Leo, that's your card, the Sun. Okay, so just like all up in your energy. Oh boy. I feel like there might be some self-deception going on here. I don't know. And then we have the Nine of Swords, Mars and Gemini. Some anxiety. What is going on here, Leo? What? What is this? This connection is giving you, like, you're trying really hard to stay in your, like, happy place and to just be, like, to just find joy, and have fun and be happy and, like, find that light inside of you. But I feel like you're thinking about this too much. Like, you're really overthinking this whole, like, connection. Okay? There's a lot of anxiety. Perhaps you're not sleeping. You're not getting the proper rest. And all honesty, that is probably why that full moon in Taurus card really needed to come up and you needed to hear that message, because it's almost like it's time to really like take care of yourself and make sure that you're healthy and like that you're eating right, that you're getting proper exercise. Because it does kind of look like there might be a little bit of self-deception going on here, or like not really being honest with yourself. and like only caring about your own happiness and your own desires and your own wants, and not really being considerate of like the other person's feelings, and maybe not being considerate of how you might be hurting the other person. Maybe they're not sharing it with you. They might not even really be like expressing or sharing with you what their feelings even are. But there is some kind of like trickster energy going on here, okay? And the fact that that waxing gibbous moon came out, I feel like this full moon lunar eclipse is going to be really important to you, and it's going to be like, and that message is going to be really important for you to just kind of like tune into that like Earth Mother energy and like nurture yourself like through it, because I don't know, there is some kind of, there's too much mental energy. I feel like you might be too much in your head. Okay, you could have Libra in your chart. With this guy holding Libra, you could have significant Libra in your chart, so you might be in your head a lot about it, overthinking things. Let's clarify the Two of Cups. Page of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. The Nine of Wands, Moon in Sagittarius. And the Six of Swords, Mercury in Aquarius. What the fuck? Oh, Lord. Okay. Yeah, so it's like this connection with this person, it's giving you all the feels. It's giving you all the feels. It's giving you like the distraction that you need. It's giving you the feelings. It's like, it's bringing up a lot of passion in you. It's bringing up a lot of feelings in you, but I think that you're kind of afraid of it. I think that you might be kind of afraid of your own feelings and like really, really, really needing the time to like really needing your own space and really needing your own time to kind of like move away and to kind of like regain some clarity in your life and regain like your own sense of direction. You know, you really feel like you need to like allow this transition to happen, to understand yourself better and to like stay on the path that you have created for yourself and that you want for yourself. Because like it looks like perhaps this connection at this point in time might be a little too difficult for you to navigate right now, or it's like taking a lot of energy out of you. With the Nine of Wands over here, it could be taking a lot of emotional energy out of you, just trying to figure it out, you know, and trying to like it's almost like every time you connect with this person, it kind of like sends you into this like forest, you know, of where you have to kind of like face yourself in a way. And you have to kind of like it's like you have to push through your own emotions just so you can stay focused on other things, just so you can like, you know, continue down your path, continue down your journey with Mercury and Aquarius. It's like moving away. It's like moving, it's like in order for you not to get caught up in your feelings and in your emotions, you have to just like move away from it in order to maintain that balance. Okay, let's clarify the Six of Coins. This Six of Coins card could be your person. You know, this could also be your person also kind of maybe like testing you or saying like, you know, I like you, or like the moon in Taurus has a lot to do with like giving for the sake of giving, right? Let's see. Let's clarify the Six of Coins. Two of Cups again. Venus in Cancer. The Hermit. Virgo. And Temperance. Sagittarius. Okay. Yeah. This is not a connection that you want to let go of. Okay? You want to keep giving to this connection. You want to keep giving this to this connection. Maybe because like it does kind of allow you to learn more about yourself, you know? Like I think that there's this feeling of growth. I think that there is this like you are enjoying the feelings of it. You're enjoying the kind of like the celebration of the connection. You like the feelings that are coming up. You enjoy those feelings and those emotions that are coming up for you. But it does look like you are needing to kind of go within and spend time alone in order for you to also like kind of figure out what it is you're feeling, and to keep yourself balanced, and to kind of tap into your emotions, tap into the wisdom, you know, of what it is you're going through, and then come back up with this Temperance card as like reinvigorated, balanced, inspired to keep kind of like doing this back and forth, this lesson. It's almost like you guys are each other's lessons, right? Like you're letting them kind of teach you by connecting with them, and then, you know, and like maintaining in a connection with them, because it's like it's giving you a lot of space to like explore your own. It's giving you a lot, like this person might give you a lot of space to explore yourself, to explore your own needs and wants, and like who you are and how it is you really feel. I don't feel like this person is like pushy at all. They enjoy this like special connection between the two of you just as much. But there definitely is this feeling of like, there is this energy exchange happening here where it's like you're giving to him and he's giving to you, and both of you are benefiting from it. I kind of get that vibe too. And you're both kind of benefiting from it. You know, you're like exchanging, you know, that kind of creative, inspired type of like love energy. And it's like, it's almost like healing you in a way, or it's almost like allowing this natural alchemy to develop. So I don't know if that's making sense. I hope that's making sense. Okay. I kind of feel like for those of you who have children, like, and are in a connection with someone, it's a very like fun, loving, kind of childlike kind of connection. Like if you are in a if you have children and you are in a relationship with somebody, it's very like fun loving and just like almost childlike, like you guys have a lot of fun together. I really kind of get that vibe, you know, but you still are kind of like doing your own thing. you know, or you are together. Like, even if you're married, the type of relationship that you have is almost childlike. It's very playful, okay? It's very playful, and like both of you play with your children and play with each other and keep things really fun and spontaneous and things like that, which is really cool. So that's kind of the vibe that I get there. Let's pull a final card for Leo. That's not, I don't know, like I just impulsively was just like, that flipped out by accident. That's not the card. It didn't feel right. Although that card could have been related to this Nine of Swords. Because instantly when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's that Nine of Swords energy. It's kind of like needing to kind of hit like rock bottom in reference to the fact that like you are realizing that you're overthinking things, okay? And it's only giving you anxiety, and it's creating health issues for you, and that's when you kind of like snap out of it and start taking care of yourself better. Okay, I just need one card here. All right, let's do this. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Are you the leader? Leo, this reading is like super interesting. Definitely got like I feel like there might be a lot going on in your life right now, because like the energy I feel is a little all over the place, and you know, bringing perhaps this love connection is what might be like, it kind of feels like it might be throwing it's because it's throwing your feelings like, because there's a lot of emotions that are coming up for you right now, and this is not something that you're used to dealing with. Like maybe before you were just like very focused on a specific path, whether it's your children or your future, like moving in certain direction, like taking care of things, you know, like studying, whatever. I feel like the fact that these like emotions are now, sorry, my eyeballs are like popping out. Because this is now bringing up all these like feelings and emotions, it's like now you have to learn how to balance that with everything else, and it could just be really overwhelming. And I don't know, like I feel like this could be new for you, and in terms of just like not really being sure how to handle it. And it looks like, to be honest with you, it looks like you're keeping a lot of these feelings to yourself, because you're not really like expressing those feelings to the person, because it's almost like you don't want to risk ruining this like more idealistic kind of relationship, or you don't want to risk ruining like the happiness that you feel when you're together. So that's why you're not like opening up to this person. Like I think you're just like too afraid to go there, because it could ruin what you guys have. But I feel also that what you're unaware of is that it could also do the opposite. It could also like deepen the connection. I don't see over here that you're going to do that. Like, I feel like you're still going to do things your way, which is fine. But like, it's just something that I'm kind of like noticing, that like, I think that you are like, you would rather go through all this emotional stuff by yourself than go through it with your partner. And maybe it's because you still haven't completely figured out what these emotions mean. Maybe you still haven't completely figured out like how like what it is you need emotionally, what you want emotionally, like what you expect from a partner emotionally or from yourself. So it's like you're trying to kind of keep things on a very like even kind of playful kind of energy, like wavelength, where like you come together and like you enjoy each other's company and you know you like connect. But then when you go your separate ways, but then when you're like, you know, in your own space, you just kind of deal with things on your own. It's almost like because, you know, perhaps you know that if you open that door, like if you open that door and you start expressing your feelings to this person, then that means that like, you know, that's you're choosing to go in the direction of this of like actually having a relationship, you know. And I feel like you're still not sure if you're quite there or if that's something that you want or if that's even something that's like possible. But for the final card from the Enchanted Map Oracle, you did get Follow the Leader. And honestly, I was kind of like, well, you're the leader. You're the leader. So, you know, like you are just you're following yourself. You're following your own instincts and your own intuition. And like, but I also kind of feel like you are being guided. I do kind of feel like you're being guided by this other energy. And this other energy could be this other person, the person that you are being connected with. You are kind of following their lead as well. So that's why you're also not wanting to like make any first moves when it comes to like maybe the idea of a relationship or things like that. Like you don't want to make any first moves there. You're kind of like, you know, you're kind of putting that out of your hands and kind of like it's almost like you're letting fate decide whether or not you guys belong together. It's almost like that, you know. And this person might be doing the same thing. They might be letting fate decide, you know, and then when it happens in that way, it's just this gradual, it ends up just kind of being this progression of energy, this kind of gradual growth and evolution and emergence of like two different energies. Leo, this is your reading for November 2021. Feel free to leave any comments or whatever, like, subscribe. Stay tuned for new videos. That's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.